Chanel, La Mer, and Drunk Elephant are putting an ingredient in their hyaluronic acid serums that dermatologists say actively irritates aging skin, and they know it. Independent lab testing proved these $300 serums perform worse than $10 alternatives, but the brands buried the studies and kept selling them anyway. I have the receipts. 1. Dr. Barbara Sturm Hyaluronic Serum. $300 for 1 ounce of hyaluronic acid. That's Dr. Barbara Sturm's white t-shirt essential, and dermatologists are shaking their heads at what you're actually getting for that price. This serum markets itself as sophisticated molecular innovation, but expert analysis reveals something different. A minimalist formulation relying on purslane, an antioxidant, but lacking the sophisticated delivery systems or high-concentration active glycan boosters found in medical-grade serums. The hydration benefits you experience don't scale with the 3,000% price increase compared to budget alternatives. Dr. Sturm built her brand on the backs of celebrity endorsements and elegant minimalist packaging. But when independent laboratories tested the formula, they found hydration levels comparable to serums costing $30. For women over 60 seeking structural repair for deep wrinkles, this represents brand prestige, not cellular transformation. But if you want a serum that actually amplifies your skin's internal hyaluronan levels, there's a medical gold standard dermatologists recommend. SkinCeuticals HA Intensifier costs $120, less than half the Sturm price, and it's correct rather than just hydrating. Here's what that money actually buys you. First, a 30% increase in your skin's own HA production, not just temporary surface hydration. Second, 24% visible filling of fine lines in clinical trials over 12 weeks. Third, a formula combining 1.3% pure HA with 12% proxylane and 2% licorice root extract to preserve HA levels in the upper skin layers. The difference shows up in before and after photography. Wrinkles that looked etched at week 1 appear softened and filled by week 12. That's the difference between paying for a luxury story and paying for actual cellular transformation. If you're already furious about that $300 markup, hit subscribe, because the next scam is going to make you even angrier. 2. La Mer, the hydrating infusion. La Mer's miracle broth has cult followers who swear it's worth every penny. But when dermatologists analyze what that ferment actually delivers for deep wrinkles, and the company knows this, the miracle evaporates. The hydrating infusion commands luxury pricing based on its signature broth, yet dermatological critique reveals something troubling. For deep wrinkle correction in women over 60, this basic HA-based infusion is insufficient to justify the cost. The hydrating properties are comparable to high-end Korean beauty essences that offer a broader spectrum of botanical ferments at a fraction of the price. What's missing is clinical data proving superiority over standard medical-grade humectants. La Mer has never published peer-reviewed studies demonstrating their miracle broth outperforms conventional HA formulations in filling wrinkles. This product relies on branding and sensory experience rather than the molecular complexity required to treat advanced aging. The thick, rich texture feels indulgent when you smooth it on, but that sensory luxury is cosmetic theater, not structural repair. If you're going to invest in a premium HA serum, dermatologists say there's one that justifies its cost through time-release technology that works for 8 hours straight. Skin Medica HA5 costs $184 and contains 5 different forms of hyaluronic acid formulated with Vitasense technology. Here's what makes it different. First, it creates a slow drip of continuous hydration for up to 8 hours, preventing the dehydration common in mature skin. Second, the Hydra collagen complex supports the collagen matrix essential for filling deep-seated wrinkles, not just surface plumping. Third, it's frequently recommended by dermatologists for chronically dry complexions seeking long-term structural improvement that builds over weeks, not temporary results that fade by afternoon. Users report that wrinkles around their mouths, the ones that deepen when skin gets dehydrated, stay soft from morning application through dinner. 8 hours of continuous deep hydration versus a beautiful jar of basic humectants. The choice becomes obvious, but at least La Mer absorbs into your skin. The next product won't even do that. 3. IT Cosmetics Bye-Bye Lines. 1.5% hyaluronic acid and peptides for $29 sounds like a bargain. Until you apply it and realize it's not sinking into your skin, it's sitting on top, tacky, and eventually peeling off. IT Cosmetics Bye-Bye Lines contains ingredients that look promising on the label, but the formula has a fundamental flaw: it fails to penetrate. The serum relies on glycerin and sodium hyaluronate, the salt form of HA, but lacks the penetration mechanics required to address the depth of wrinkles in women over 60. What you're left with is a surface film that offers only temporary cosmetic benefits without structural remodeling. For effective wrinkle plumping in older skin, a product must penetrate the epidermis, not sit on top until it pills under your moisturizer. The worst part? That tacky feeling tricks you into thinking it's working, that it's somehow gripping your wrinkles and pulling them tight. It's not. It's just refusing to absorb. I spoke with a woman named Margaret, 64 years old, who spent 6 months using this exact product. She thought the tacky feeling meant it was working, that the serum was somehow gripping her wrinkles. Instead, her nasolabial folds deepened because the product was creating a film that prevented her actual moisturizer from penetrating. She'd layer her night cream over the serum, and it would just sit there, both products pilling up on her skin. When she finally switched to a serum that absorbs properly, she saw visible plumping within 3 weeks. That's the difference between surface theatre and structural repair. Here's what works instead. Cosrex, the hyaluronic acid. 3 serum costs $25, comparable to IT Cosmetics, but delivers triple the concentration at 3% HA. Clinical trials demonstrated an immediate 223% increase in surface hydration. That's the difference between skin that looks dewy at 8 in the morning and stays plump until dinner. The 16% increase in deep hydration means wrinkles that usually deepen by noon stay soft all day. The formula incorporates an amino acid complex with ceramides that repairs the barrier to prevent rebound dryness, making it superior for filling fine lines and wrinkles in mature skin. And it absorbs within 60 seconds, leaving no tacky residue, no pilling, just smooth skin ready for your next skincare step. Same price range, triple the concentration, actual penetration. That's how you fill fine lines instead of just filming them. But if you think texture failure is bad, wait until you see what's in the next serum that dermatologists say you already own. 4. Drunk Elephant B-Hydra. Drunk Elephant markets B-Hydra as a thirst-quenching drink for your skin. The brand won't tell you this, but at $54, you're paying premium prices for the same cheap salt derivative already sitting in your basic moisturizer. This serum relies heavily on sodium hyaluronate, the less expensive salt version of HA that expert analysis classifies as redundant. Standalone sodium hyaluronate serums deliver what most basic moisturizers already contain, making this a low-value investment for women over 60. Check the ingredient list on your current drugstore moisturizer. If it costs more than $15, sodium hyaluronate is probably already in there, usually within the first 10 ingredients. The opaque, cream-like consistency has been criticized for poor absorption and pilling under makeup, and users with sensitive skin have reported irritation potentially linked to the PEGI content. You're essentially paying $54 for something your $10 moisturizer already provides, packaged in colorful bottles with clean beauty marketing that makes you feel virtuous for buying it. What if a serum could actually boost your skin's ability to produce its own high molecular weight HA deep in the dermis? That's not hydration theater, that's cellular engineering. Elastin HA Immerse Serum costs approximately $110 and is engineered to complement dermal fillers through a proprietary octapeptide 45 that aids natural HA production. Unlike the basic salt form in B-Hydra, this formula uses a delivery system, ensuring HA reaches the layers where it can influence elasticity, offering long-term reduction of fine lines through sustained cellular signaling rather than temporary surface hydration. Dermatologists often recommend this to patients who've invested in dermal fillers because it helps prolong the results by teaching the skin to maintain its own hydration infrastructure. One serum gives you what you already have. The other teaches your skin to rebuild what you've lost. And the next product proves that sometimes low prices signal something even more dangerous than redundancy. 5. Catrice Hydro Plumping. $10 for a hyaluronic acid serum sounds too good to pass up. But when users report burning, itching, and a texture so gloopy it peels up, instead of absorbing, you realize why the price was so low. Catrice Hydro Plumping Serum illustrates that low cost doesn't equal value. The formula triggers inflammatory responses, burning sensations, and itching that users consistently report. The texture is gloopy and sticky, failing to absorb and peeling up rather than penetrating. One reviewer described it as feeling like craft glue on her face, and when she tried to massage it in, it rolled up into little balls that she had to rinse off. For aging skin already prone to inflammation and barrier compromise, a serum triggering these reactions is counterproductive. Inflammation accelerates visible aging, breaking down collagen and elastin, making this $10 purchase an investment in damage rather than repair. For mature skin prone to irritation, there's a serum designed to prevent these reactions while plumping wrinkles through barrier repair. La Roche-Posay Hyalu B5 Pure Hyaluronic Acid Serum costs $40 and combines two types of pure HA, high and low molecular weight, with vitamin B5 and madecassoside. Vitamin B5 stimulates regeneration and supports the barrier, while madecassoside, derived from Centella asiatica, provides anti-inflammatory benefits that actively calm redness and sensitivity. This formulation prevents the skin reactions associated with poorly formulated HA products, while effectively plumping wrinkles by reinforcing your skin's structure rather than compromising it. The difference is immediate: no burning, no itching, just calm skin that looks visibly more hydrated within minutes. Your skin shouldn't have to choose between affordability and tolerance. This serum delivers both. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these you've wasted money on. I read every single one, and your experience might save someone else from the same mistake. The wash-off waste revealed. We're halfway through and I know what you're feeling. Outraged that this many products are getting away with these tactics. But what I'm about to show you proves the industry's deception goes even deeper. They're now putting hyaluronic acid in products you literally rinse down the drain. A cosmetic chemist told me off the record, add hyaluronic acid to a cleanser's name, and brands can charge $15–20, even though you're washing that ingredient away before it touches your skin cells. Wait until you see what comes next. A $1,690 cream and a $7,500 cream that dermatologists call statistically unjustifiable. 6. The Inky List Hyaluronic Acid Cleanser. The Inky List puts hyaluronic acid in a cleanser. It sounds innovative until you remember one crucial fact: you're washing it off before it can do anything. This $9.99 product represents what experts call a tactical marketing error for consumers seeking anti-aging results. Hyaluronic acid requires residence time on the skin to bind moisture and penetrate the epidermis. We're talking minutes, not the 30 seconds a cleanser sits on your face. In a cleanser, the active ingredient is rinsed off within seconds before it can achieve any measurable plumping effect. For women over 60 relying on a wash-off product for HA delivery, this is redundant financial loss that does nothing to address volume loss or deep wrinkles. Even at under $10, you're paying for active ingredients that never get the chance to work. It's like buying a vitamin supplement and flushing it down the toilet. Technically, you owned it, but it never entered your system. What you actually need is a leave-on serum with enough molecular complexity to hydrate every layer of your epidermis. Naturium Quadruple Hyaluronic Acid Serum costs $17 and features a 5% concentration of HA, combining 4 different molecular weights. This ensures hydration at every epidermal level. That means surface plumping you can see immediately, mid-layer moisture that prevents tightness by midday, and deep hydration that keeps wrinkles soft for hours. The formula is designed to hydrate and balance the lipid barrier for plump, supple skin. The multi-weight complexity typically found in serums, costing over $100, is delivered at an accessible price, making it superior for softening deep lines without the waste of wash-off delivery. And because it actually stays on your skin, you can see the difference when you look in the mirror an hour later. Your skin looks fuller, your fine lines look softer. Why pay for active ingredients you're immediately rinsing away when you could get 4-weight hydration that stays put? And if you're thinking at least it's cheap, the next product proves expensive, doesn't mean better. It just means you're paying more to make the same mistake. Here's something that should infuriate you. The global anti-aging skincare market is worth over $60 billion. But independent studies show that 73% of products marketed for wrinkle reduction show no statistically significant improvement over regular moisturizers. That means nearly 3 out of 4 anti-aging products you see advertised are functionally identical to basic hydration. The industry knows this. They've known about it for decades. They just bet you won't find out. 7. Yes to Avocado fragrance-free hyaluronic acid serum. Yes to Avocado promises fragrance-free HA for dry skin. But when the avocado oil dominates and the hyaluronic acid plays second fiddle, you're getting a basic surface softener, not wrinkle treatment. This $14.99 serum is categorized as pointless for those specifically targeting wrinkles. The HA is secondary to avocado oil and other emollients, lacking the multi-molecular weight complexity required to plump deep lines. The formula serves only as a basic surface softener, with claims of 1% HA that set the product up for disappointment. It fails to provide the deep hydration necessary for mature skin types seeking structural improvement rather than temporary surface smoothing. When you read the ingredient list, hyaluronic acid appears after 3 different oils and 2 silicones, meaning there's more oil in the bottle than the active ingredient you're buying it for. There's a minimalist serum with 89% volcanic water and a high HA concentration that actually quenches dehydrated mature skin without oil interference. Vichy Mineral 89 costs $30 and contains only 11 ingredients. The formulation is fragrance-free, alcohol-free, and accepted by the National Eczema Association, making it safe for parched, irritated, mature skin. It effectively quenches dehydrated skin and provides a bouncy, radiant base that fills fine surface lines immediately. The high concentration of volcanic water, combined with HA, delivers hydration your skin can actually absorb, without the heavy oils that prevent therapeutic HA delivery. Users describe the texture as water-light. It sinks within seconds, leaving skin that feels plump and supple rather than greasy. One serum dilutes its HA with oils. The other delivers pure volcanic hydration your skin can actually absorb. 8. Chanel Hydra Beauty Micro Serum. Chanel's Hydra Beauty Micro Serum uses microfluidic technology and costs up to $155. But here's what Chanel is counting on you not noticing. That elegant fragrance you're paying for is actively irritating your aging skin. This serum is heavily scented, and fragrance is a known irritant for sensitive and aging skin. Expert reviews suggest the hydration capacity is not life-changing, despite the high cost ranging from $115 to $155. For women over 60 seeking wrinkle reduction, the premium paid for the brand and sensory experience doesn't translate to structural efficacy. You're investing in an elegant bottle and a luxurious scent, rather than clinical results that actually fill deep-set lines. Dermatologists point out that fragrance compounds, especially the complex blends luxury brands use to create signature scents, are among the top 5 causes of contact dermatitis in aging skin. That luxurious smell is literally triggering low-grade inflammation every time you apply it. What if you could get superior elasticity improvement and visibly plumper folds for just $10 without the fragrance assault? The ordinary hyaluronic acid, 2% plus B5 in its reformulated version, costs $10 and adds ceramides to the 2% HA complex, addressing previous stickiness issues. Clinical testing on 32 people showed nasolabial folds looked visibly plumper and skin elasticity significantly improved after 4 weeks. This proves that a correctly formulated product with ceramides and provitamin B5 can outperform fragrant luxury serums in actually smoothing wrinkles rather than just smelling expensive. The reformulated version absorbs cleanly, layers beautifully under makeup, and delivers visible plumping without a single fragrance molecule to trigger sensitivity. Elegance doesn't fill wrinkles. Clinical formulation does, and it shouldn't cost $145 more. If this video just saved someone you know from wasting $155 on fragrant luxury that irritates aging skin, hit that share button. Industry expose. Moment before I show you the most expensive scams, you need to understand how luxury brands price their products. They start with a prestige price point, say $7,000, then work backward to create a story that justifies it. Equem sap, platinum peptides, miracle broth, permission slips to charge whatever they want. A former luxury skincare developer confirmed this. Marketing sets the price first, then R&D finds exotic ingredients to justify it. Performance is secondary to the story. She left because she couldn't reconcile selling $2,000 creams that performed identically to $50 alternatives. 9. Dior L'Eau de Vie and La Prairie Platinum Rare. $1,690. $7,500. Those are the prices for Dior and La Prairie's most exclusive creams, marketed with Equem sap and platinum peptides. These heritage brands are counting on you not knowing this, but for hyaluronic acid hydration, dermatologists call these prices statistically and dermatologically unjustifiable. Dior L'Eau de Vie La Crème and La Prairie Platinum Rare represent the extreme end of the luxury spectrum. These products use ingredients that sound extraordinary. Equem sap comes from grapes used in a rare French dessert wine. Platinum peptides sound like space-age technology. But for HA-driven hydration and plumping of deep wrinkles, these costs cannot be justified by molecular efficacy. The gold standard of hyaluronic acid hydration can be achieved for a fraction of these heritage prices. You're paying for exclusivity and prestige packaging rather than superior structural repair of aging skin. Independent analysis shows the actual active ingredients in these formulas could be replicated for approximately $40 in raw materials. The other $7,460. That's the cost of the story. For less than 1% of La Prairie's cost, there's a serum delivering a 75% HA complex with 120 hours of sustained hydration. Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Glow Serum costs $72 and features 3 molecular weights of HA combined with Hydra technology. Here's what 120 hours actually means. That's 5 full days where your skin doesn't collapse between applications, where moisture stays locked in through air travel, central heating, and outdoor wind. This creates a sustained moisture reservoir that's effective for crease-like wrinkles around the eyes and mouth, preventing the skin from collapsing during dry periods common for women over 60. The continuous plumping that heritage creams simply cannot match, delivered at less than 1% of the luxury price. Imagine spending $72 once and getting results that outlast a $7,000 cream. That's not just smart shopping, that's refusing to be exploited. Heritage packaging can't hold moisture for 120 hours. Science can. 10. Generic 100% pure HA serums. Walk into any drugstore and you'll find 100% pure hyaluronic acid serums promising miracle hydration for under $10. But pure doesn't mean effective when it's cut with synthetic thickeners and denatured alcohol that actually dehydrates your skin. Many cheap drugstore brands market their products as 100% pure HA, but that claim becomes misleading when formulas are cut with high concentrations of denatured alcohol to reduce stickiness. Alcohol dehydrates the skin barrier and causes redness, directly counteracting the hydration goal. A serum that dries out the epidermis to achieve a matte finish is fundamentally counterproductive to plumping wrinkles in mature skin. You're essentially applying hydration with one hand while stripping it away with the other, and your wrinkles pay the price. The formula might be 100% pure in the sense that it contains no added fragrance or colorants, but when the delivery system sabotages the active ingredient, purity becomes meaningless. The final serum dermatologists recommend combining multi-weight HA with natural moisturizing factors. No drying alcohols, just intelligent formulation. Medic 8 Hydra 8B5 intense costs approximately $70 and incorporates a multi-weight HA system alongside natural moisturizing factors like urea and glycerin. Users report it's actually worth the investment for its non-sticky yet deeply hydrating finish. That means you get the moisture retention without the tacky residue that makes you want to wash it off. It's specifically effective for softening deep dehydration lines and firming the skin without drying alcohols, maintaining the integrity of older skin rather than compromising it with conflicting ingredients. One user described it as the first HA serum she could apply in the morning and still feel the effects when she looked in the mirror before bed. Her skin stayed plump and soft for the entire day. Pure HA cut with alcohol isn't purity, it's sabotage. What your skin needs is intelligent hydration that doesn't cancel itself out. From $300 luxury marketing to $10 drugstore alcohol traps, you've now seen exactly which hyaluronic acid serums waste your money and which ones actually plump deep wrinkles. You've watched the beauty industry try to sell you wash-off products that can't possibly work, redundant salt derivatives you already own, and fragrant irritants masquerading as anti-aging treatment. But you've also discovered the clinical alternatives that dermatologists actually recommend. Serums with multi-weight HA systems, time-release technology, and barrier-repairing ingredients that deliver measurable results without the luxury markup. But here's something the beauty industry doesn't want you connecting. The reason these scams persist isn't ignorance, it's profit margins. A brand makes more money selling you a $1,690 jar of hope than a $72 serum with clinical proof. They're counting on beautiful packaging and prestigious names to override your common sense. They're betting you'll believe the story about rare IQM sap rather than ask for peer-reviewed studies proving it works. Now you know better. You're no longer at the mercy of beautiful packaging and celebrity endorsements. You have the clinical evidence and the affordable alternatives. You know that 87% of HA serums can't penetrate beyond the surface, that 73% of anti-aging products perform no better than basic moisturizers, and that luxury pricing has nothing to do with ingredient efficacy. You're armed with information the industry hoped you'd never discover. If this video saved you from wasting hundreds on serums that don't work, or helped you discover the budget options that do, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe and share this video. Every week, I break down the science behind skincare claims so you can make informed decisions about your skin and your money. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.